Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see, we're doing Minecraft again, but this time it's a little bit different as the audio for the original video was not recorded. My microphone wasn't picked up by whatever, so I'm doing some post-gameplay commentary for this one. As you can see, I am at a bastion. I had to fight this ghast as well. This showed up in the middle of the recording that I thought I was doing. Yeah. So, we are at this bastion, and this is not the same bastion from the first video that I did. Because the first bastion seemed pretty terrible, honestly. Everything was over lava. It was hard to get to. It was just not entirely what I was looking for. So I spent 2 hours searching for this bastion instead. So that's the story of how we got here. As you can see, trying to raid this first chest here, and blocking off any entrances so that I don't get assailed by pigmen. It ended up not being a problem, actually. So I don't know if I needed to put all these slabs down, and I don't think there's anything in this chest that I wanted. I think just the obsidian and the iron blocks were all I took. Oh, and the arrows, of course, because I needed arrows. Obviously, spectral arrows aren't going to be affected by flame, which I have on my bow. But it is what it is. I still need the arrows, as many as I can get. So, I know that I mentioned in the video that I enchanted my pickaxe to level 30, I enchanted my bow and arrow to level 30, and I enchanted my chest piece to level 30. So I did do a little bit of re-gearing to come to this bastion and have a better chance of fighting the piglin brutes, though I don't know what exactly was going on with this bastion. I could not find any of the piglin brutes. I don't know if they got trapped in like a corner somewhere, if it was like a generation issue or what happened there, but there were no piglin brutes in this bastion that I saw, at least. They might have been hiding somewhere, I don't know, but it was odd. I did not see any piglin brutes. I don't know if it's because I'm on easy mode for the ASMR purposes. Because I don't want to really be fighting too much, so it's just an easy mode. But yeah, I did not see any piglin brutes in this bastion, which I thought was really weird. So we're still just kind of running around looking for more chests, and finding the bridge here was also another thing I was looking for. Obviously, we found the bridge now, which takes us to the second part of the bastion, which is where all of the loot is. As you can see, we've got some gold blocks in front of us. There's more gold at the bottom of this thing. This is a treasure bastion, which is good for us, which is what we want. So we are making our way over to the treasure. As you can see, I'm searching for piglin brutes. It's a little bit spastic, I will say. A little bit of paranoia there in my movements, just trying to ensure that I don't die. because that would be awful. We're just making our way through this bastion. There's another chest there. I think I go for that. I can't remember if I do or not. I think I might come back for it. But I think I go for it right away. We'll see. Let's see here. Yeah, so I do just go for it right away. There wasn't a whole lot in there that I wanted, so. Obviously, the ancient debris is quite nice. I think I find another piece of that at the bottom, down where all the treasure chests are. But like as you can see, there's just nothing here. There's no piglin brutes. The piglins are all like sort of stuffed away in a corner. Like as I was coming down this way, I remember seeing these three guys and being like, oh my god, this is where, I'm gonna get all my ender pearls. There's 3 guys here. I'll just dig a hole, dump some gold in. It'll be great. It'll be easy. So that's what I do here. I dig this hole, and then, I was thinking, right, like, I'll get the piglins, dig a hole, get ender pearls, and then I turn around, and they're gone. The piglins have disappeared. And it's just this one. So, I do have to sit here for a couple minutes just to get my stuff. And you can see me moving around here. There are ender pearls down at the bottom there that I got on the first trade, which is very lucky. I actually get pretty lucky with this guy, with this one little half stack of gold, basically. I think he gives me 2 sets of ender pearls right away, which was very, very nice. So I think I end up with 8 ender pearls just from this guy, and then when I do some trading later with the other piglins, it goes much faster. Of course, the entire process of trading with the piglins I find inexcusably boring, but it is still faster than killing endermen, which unfortunately is why we have to sit here agonizingly and just waiting for ender pearls, because I don't want to have to come back and do this, right? Like, if I'm coming back to the nether, I want it to be purely for getting netherite. And, building structures and stuff. I don't want to have to come to the nether to do piglin trading again. Like, I could build a piglin barter farm at some point. Those are really powerful. And, I'd be fine with that. But that's a faraway project for sure. That's not something we're gonna do anytime soon. I'd still have to get to the nether roof and do a bunch of other stuff, so it's a possibility for the future maybe, but I want to avoid further bartering with the piglins after this. Again, we're just sitting here, we're waiting for him to get through the stack. I do end up with 8 ender pearls, as you can see, which was very lucky. That's very, very solid numbers to get from a single piglin with a single half stack of gold. You'll see later that my luck does not carry through with the other piglin. So this was pretty solid detour here. As you can see by the way my mouse is moving, I'm getting very impatient with this particular pig, because he's giving me all this junk that I just don't want. And then at a certain point you'll see, I think right now is when I realize my pickaxe is missing. and I don't know where it is. It's not in my inventory. My pickaxe is missing. I still, as I'm watching this back, I have no idea where my pickaxe went. I don't know if it's a visual bug or what's going on here, but my pickaxe is nowhere to be seen, which really confused me. So that's what this next little segment is that you're seeing here, is just me frantically searching for where my pickaxe is, because it's not here. It's simply not in my inventory. I don't remember dropping it. It's not with the piglin. Jump down a floor, nothing here. Not a thing. We found the other two piglin that were up there originally. They're in cahoots with each other and know where my pickaxe is. They stole my pickaxe from me, I think, is the correct interpretation there. It's the only explanation I've been able to come up with as to where on earth my pickaxe went. Because again, it's just not here. There is no pickaxe in my inventory. I'm not crazy. Though it definitely felt in this moment like I was crazy. Because there's no pickaxe on the floor. It's not with the piglins. It's not in my inventory. Not a clue where my pickaxe went. Not a clue. But you'll see in just a moment. I don't remember exactly when, but in just a few moments here, we will find my pickaxe. So let's see here. I think it should be pretty soon that I find the pickaxe. It's still not with the pig. It's not on the floor below. It's not on the floor above. And there's my pickaxe. I don't know how it got there. I don't know. It was a very confusing turn of events with trying to find my pickaxe. I was very baffled for a few minutes there, trying to figure out where my pickaxe is. It was in my inventory the entire time. So that was a interesting few minutes, and then of course we have to wall off the center area here because of the magma cubes nearly knocking me into lava, as you saw. Could have been drastic indeed if I was knocked into that lava. I would have lost my mind. I would have been very upset, I would say, is the word I would use. Perturbed, perhaps, is another word you could use to describe it. I've got this piglin here to deal with as well. I didn't want him aggroing on me, and I accidentally murdered him there, and I felt tremendous guilt for my actions. I would like to apologize in advance for anyone having to see that egregious crime that I just committed against that poor pig. It's not a reflection of who I am as a person, and I endeavor to do better in the future. But as you can see, we've got some stuff here. Curse of Vanishing Diamond Helmet. I decided to just leave, because I didn't want to deal with it. I mean, it's a diamond helmet, yeah, sure, but I just don't deal with cursed objects. I wish they added a way to remove curses on items. Also, you see, I found a full netherite ingot in there, which is pretty solid. Pretty solid stuff. getting a full netherite ingot. Of course, getting the full netherite set will take quite a while. I don't know if I'm going to do that recorded or not. I might just, slave away in the nether to try and find some of that fancy black metal. So, I haven't decided yet. Kill this magma cream just to get him out of the way. I wasted a few arrows on this for sure that maybe I should have kept, but it is what it is. Just wanted to ensure that I wasn't going to be unceremoniously knocked into lava and lose all progress I've made so far. Just wasn't something I was interested in. So now we have the gold, and I think the next 8-10 minutes we're just going to be sitting in this pit bartering with pigs. It's not a very fancy turn of events. It's very tedious and awful. I don't even think I got all 4 of these guys in there. I think it was just 3, if I remember correct. So that was the first 2. Maybe I did get all 4. Yeah, okay, it looks like I did. I did get all 4. Even with 4 pigs in here, right? And like dropping my gold. You see, I got ender pearls right there. So now I'm up to 12. I wanted 16, 20, something like that. That was what I was aiming for. And, I got up to 12 right away. I had the dream luck. But that did not last very long. So I think we're here for like another minute and a half, maybe longer, of just bartering with these pigs. You can also see I got some diamond boots from the chest there. So that's pretty nice. Love to have some good armor. I also have enough diamonds now to make a diamond helmet, which I didn't notice at the time. I did not think of that. I could have easily made a diamond helmet, had a full set of diamond gear before. I didn't actually go to the end in this video. This was just finding the portal. That's all I wanted to do, because we're going to fight the dragon in the next video, and then after that we're probably going to go raid some end cities. And I've contemplated doing the end cities part just on stream. I think that could be fun if I just stream the end city part. And then I don't have to do it in a video. Because raiding end cities can take a very long time. It can take a lot of effort, a lot of work. So I think I might do that through streaming. So we'll have to wait and see, of course. Nothing is set in stone, but that is an option for sure. Definitely an option I am considering. Is doing it on stream. But as you can see, my luck with the ender pearls has soured drastically. Getting a bunch of garbage that I do not want, like gravel and leather and just all this other junk that you get from bartering. There we go. I got, I think, 2 ender pearl trades there at the same time, which gave me 20 ender pearls. I had the blaze rods already on the way coming here, because originally I had recorded the first bastion, the original bastion, back closer to the portal. And as I was doing that, I walked through the nether fortress that's over there, cleared out some blazes. But of course, that bastion just wasn't worth the effort. I think it was a stables. I think it may have been a stables, it may have been a housing. I don't quite remember. But it was just not worth the attempt. And what I decided to do here was just get out of the nether. And I realized as I was trying to get out that I should have kept the gravel that I got from the piglins. I don't think I realized that yet. I think that was later as we're moving towards the Crimson Forest in front of us. I think was when I realized I needed the gravel to get out, which I know is not the most efficient way of doing nether travel. I know speedrunners have their own strat for finding where the end portal is from the nether. I have no idea how that works. I just wanted to get out of the nether, move on, and work my way towards the ender portal, which is what the second half of this video primarily is. Like the next 20-30 minutes is us making our way to the ender portal. And again, we're not going in. It's just I want to have it set up and ready. After this video, I did go and make a path in the nether back towards the original portal, which, you know, is the most important thing. As you can see, I'm now zooming in to find gravel because I've realized I need some flint. So we're making our way towards the gravel so that we can get out of the nether, because I love the nether update. I think it's one of the best updates Minecraft has ever had, but you know, even still, even as good as I think it is, I can only handle being in the nether for so long, just because it's a, you know, desolate wasteland full of nothing. So I wanted to get out of here. That was my primary goal. I didn't do it very quickly, I will admit. I could have probably been faster and just beelined for the gravel, but as you can see, I'm searching and searching for more gravel. That is what I am looking for. Tried making my way to another section of gravel that I thought might be over here, and it just wasn't there, so go back to the original gravel that I saw, much more easily accessible. And then I just popped down a portal and got out, basically. So that is what we do next. I think I'm looking for my obsidian there, just to make sure that I had it. Yeah, this is just me making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound. Yeah. I'm just trying to find a safe way down to the shore of the lava, so that I can start picking up some of this gravel, so that I can get a flint and steel. There we go. And then I do find some gravel back here, plug up the lava, and this is just free gravel that I can easily get to and just run away with my riches, basically. And of course, my luck is impeccable. I get a flint second try. And now I am running over to the Crimson Forest because I end up making a crafting table and a chest. There's another fortress. There are a lot of fortresses on this seed. Like, just an abundance of them. There's 2 back near spawn. There's actually 3 back at spawn. Because when I went to find the second bastion, I went the opposite direction of where I found the first bastion. So if you go the opposite direction of where the portal is, you go behind where we went. There's another fortress like 50, 60 blocks in that direction as well. So there's 3 fortresses on spawn, which I thought was interesting. If I put my mind to it, I could build a pretty nasty wither skeleton farm just with how close they are together. But again, that's probably something for much later in the series. Get my axe out, chop down this tree. There's a guy on a motorcycle that just passed by. I hope that was not terribly distracting for you. But this is where I make the chest and the crafting table and just dump a bunch of this garbage in my inventory so I no longer have to deal with it. There we go. Crafting table down. Chest is next. Gotta organize my inventory here for sure. It's just full of stuff that I don't want or need. I think we get rid of most of what's here. We keep a couple of building blocks, smithing templates, armor trim, keep all that. We gotta convert our iron blocks into ingots. I don't remember if I keep the rest of the iron. I think I might dump it. We'll see here in a second. Yeah, no, I do. So now I have flint and steel, and then I just build another portal right here. Again, just want to get out, want to go home, don't want to be in the nether anymore. Ignore that. That was intentional. That was entirely part of the process right there. That was imperative to our success that I do that. So, nether portal opened, we pop through, we get subspace bubble. You'll see that in a second. It did take longer than I expected to get through this portal, but there you go. Subspace bubble unlocked. There's a village right here. I should have taken a bed from this village. I realized that later, so you will see me kill a couple of sheep. And then this is where I craft the eyeballs. We end up with 19 of them, all told, which is a good solid number. It gives us plenty of redundancies. I don't remember what it is that I'm specifically talking about here. I know I said something about the nether portal, but I don't remember what it was, and I don't have the original audio, so I guess we'll never know. But, we throw our first pearl just to find our way. Again, should have picked up a bed from the village there. Would have saved me some time, but it is what it is. We just have to run in this direction, which is heading back towards spawn a little bit. It's still a decent ways away from spawn. I don't think it's the closest end portal to spawn, but it is on the inner ring, which is how the stronghold spawn now. It's like a ring around spawn, and then there's another ring around that ring, and it just goes and goes and goes like that. So that's what that is. So we're heading this way. I think we travel like 1,000 blocks, 1,300, something like that. Somewhere in that ballpark is how far we had to go to find the stronghold. I know at this point in the video I was talking about how I have a soft spot for snowy biomes because the very first world that I ever created in Minecraft had a snow biome that you spawned in. It was a snowy taiga biome before they were called snowy taigas. They were just called taigas back then. It was connected to a jungle biome via a river, and on that river there was a jungle temple. That much I do remember. There was also like this lava lake cave thing that was there that I thought was interesting in that generation. I remember that world really well. I can even remember what my house looked like at the time. It was just a cobblestone box with a wooden tower on top of it. So I remember that world very well. I'm very fond of that world. I wish I could find it again. I got a box of old hard drives laying around that might have it on it, but I haven't gone through them. I really should one day, just to see, in the off chance that the world is still there. But I digress. This was an interesting formation here. I thought there was, maybe some more to it, other than just a divot inside the lake. But there really wasn't. It was just kind of a hole. And then we also find an archaeology thing here, which is the first time I've ever seen one of these. I don't go out of my way to go and look for them, but I don't have any copper on me, so it's not worth sticking around for that, especially with it getting dark, which again is why I should have brought the bed, but that will be remedied here shortly, you'll see, as we kill some poor innocent sheep. They didn't deserve it, but all in the matter of survival. I pop another ender pearl here. I know I didn't need to. I could tell that we weren't close enough to need to pop that thing, but I did it anyway. It's just how it is. So we've still got a decent chunk of traveling ahead of us. Again, it is getting dark out. We're going to see some skeletons here in a minute that were very enthusiastic about impeding my attempts. And in the middle of fighting the skeletons is when I'm like, I gotta make a bed. I can't risk losing this stuff that I have on me. Because I just want to get to the portal. I want to know where it is. I want to build the highway. I want to have access. I just want to get in, get out, make a clean getaway kind of thing. So, there's a fox there to my left. Shout out foxes. Kind of forgot they were in the game. But, hey, now the iron golem is. Not the iron golem, the copper golem. Copper golem's in the game. So maybe we will get justice for my beloved Mooshroom cow, or Moo Bloom cow, or whatever, the yellow cow, the bee cow. Give us yellow cow, please, Mojang. I would love yellow cow. Stick it in flower forests. Easy peasy. Milk it and get honey, I say. I think that's a solid idea on how you can make those work. But yeah, there's a ton of skeletons in here. Ton of skeletons just trying to ruin my day. Ruin my experience. I don't know how I missed so many times there. That's kind of embarrassing. But that is what it is, I suppose. But here we are, just making a crafting bench. Crafting bench complete. We pop that down. We make a bed. And we go to sleep. There's an arrow in my throat here, which I found quite comical. But now we have a bed. And I had to pop this ender pearl here as I look at the arrow in my throat, which is very comfortable. Feels very nice. And this is me debating on whether or not I care enough about that Eye of Ender to get it back. You can see eventually I cave, and I do decide to go and get the Ender Pearl back. So, that's what this is. You can see it right there. And there we go. We now have 20 ender pearls. And yeah, I think we travel like 1,300, 1,400. There's a fox walking on water. It is Jesus Christ reincarnated. That's, what a miracle it is to stand in the presence of the Son of God. You know, Jesus is back, guys. He's in Minecraft. He's a fox. You heard it here first. We all witnessed it. We all saw it. Indisputable evidence that he is returned. Not that I'm, overly religious or anything, but it's a cool story. I will give it that. Got some cool stories in that book that are very interesting. Samson, I think, is my favorite story in the Bible. I just think that's really interesting. It's also very, reminiscent of Hercules in a way, which, I love finding those connections in different theologies and religions and stuff. Just connecting belief systems together and stuff like that. It's really cool stuff. Like, if I did go to college, if I went to college now, not, previously I wanted to be either a pilot or get a film degree. Those were, like, my top two things. But if I do ever have the money to go to college later in life, getting a theology degree, I think, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I don't know what I would use it for other than, becoming a museum curator or some shit. But I find theology very interesting. I find mythology's cool. A lot of that old school poetic storytelling I think is very interesting stuff. So that could be an option in the future. Not that I think it's very likely, just because the future for my generation is, you know what I mean? Thinking about it is quite frightening. So we're going to move on to a more cheerful topic, like finding end portals in Minecraft, which is something we all should strive for, I think. But you can see here, as we're getting closer and closer to the coast, that I am starting to be a little bit more paranoid, because I didn't want to have to deal with going into the ocean to find this this end portal. So I come out here. I come to this little island thing, and I pop a pearl here in a moment. There it is. And I can see it's leading me directly to the ocean, and it makes me greatly appalled, I think is the word I would use. I feel appalled, dejected, disinterested, maybe frightened in a way. Because, getting a stronghold in the ocean is, the worst possible thing. And this is, another Eye of Ender, just to confirm my suffering is imminent. I don't have night vision on, so I can't see through the ocean. And it's just a horrifying prospect, I think, waiting to see where this end portal is. Luckily, I will spoil here for the next 5 minutes or so. Luckily, the end portal is not in the ocean, and you'll see that in just a minute here. I think I get to this far shore and pop another pearl, and it goes immediately behind me, so of course it still could indicate that it's in the ocean with the way that it goes. You see it there. I think that one broke. Yeah, I think that one did break. So this is me just running, you know, hoping that it's not in fact in the ocean. Of course, we get over here a little bit, and then I think we pop another one, which more so confirms that it's not in the ocean. I don't think it goes behind me yet. Yeah, like you can see from the angle there, it looks like it's gonna be in the ocean. But it's not. It's not in the ocean. Get the boat out. We go back over. I think we go, yeah. So this points us back towards land. I don't know why I'm so aggressively trying to get all of my eyes back. Because you'll see I pop another one here. Then immediately dive to go get it. I have plenty of extras. I have plenty of redundancies. I think it's just the innate loot goblin within me that demands that I hoard all values, all valuables as much as possible. But yeah. And then I think we get over here to this little outing right here. And then this is where it goes into the ground here. Yep. And so this is where we start our descent into the earth. Our journey into the underground. And I'm also just now looking at it and realizing that glowstone has the same pattern as cobblestone. Never realized that before, but I'm realizing it now. Of course, there's all this dirt I gotta try and sift through. Ignore that I just dug with an axe there. That didn't actually happen. Your eyes are deceiving you. I got some lapis there. Lapis lazuli, or lazuli, some people incorrectly call it. It's not lazuli, it is lazuli. I will hear no arguments. I am innately correct on this. Of course, the cave is flooded, so that's something we had to deal with here. I do go in a little bit, just looking around, seeing if there might be a way down. There really wasn't. Got some more lapis to do some more enchanting later. And then we just return to the hole and start digging again. I think we had to go down to -5, I think, was the eventual Y coordinate. I think is where the stronghold spawned, as you can see. Looking for another way down just to see if I have easy access. But it's not entirely there. Now we just have to keep moving to try and find the actual portal. I realized I could have used an eye down here, because the eye always goes towards the portal frame. That's how the mechanic works. It's looking for a portal frame. So you can pop an eye in the stronghold if you have extras, and it'll point you, it should at least point you in the direction of where the portal frame actually is. So if you get lost, at least I'm fairly positive that's still how it works. Don't quote me on that, but as you can see, I see it here anyways. We got some silverfish to deal with, which is the worst, by the way. These are terrible. Of course, there are XP farms now that you can do with silverfish potions that are very effective. That's not the type of XP farm I'm going to be making. I'm going to do the classic one-hit Enderman farm later in this series. In fact, probably right after I do the End City raiding. So whether or not I do that on stream or not, the next video for sure will be construction of the End XP farm. And again, ignore the placement of the obsidian there. It was entirely intentional. It's so that I run out of obsidian in my inventory, you know? So, we're back in the Nether. This is me just determining which direction we're going, and I think it's this way. I think is the right direction. I think it is up and over and to our left. Could be to our right. I don't remember. I'd have to go back in and look at it. That's just me figuring out where we are. Not that it's a huge deal right now, because I'm going to build the Nether highway later. Like a proper Nether highway. With ice blocks and all that shit. That'll be much, much later. I'm also dumping a bunch of junk into the portal just because I think it's funny, right? You know, when we come back here to fight the dragon, I'll end up with a ton of junk.